go to New York City. I'm going to go to culinary school. I'm going to become a cook, not a chef, a cook.
Yeah.
I'm going to work my way up, and I'll be a chef. You could see my mom's brain hot wiring.
It's a hobby. Yeah, she's like, I cook, but I'm a pharmacist. Yeah.
I make money.
How did you get your
first job?
The first job. What is it even called? The job?
Basem, there was 100 butternut squash. 100. Just imagine 100 butternut squash looks like.
Bro, I'm trying to think of what a butternut squash looks like. This is not my world.
Looks like your head.
Yeah. Literally, no one is paying you to be there. So
what's our advice to the young people out there? Work for free.
Work for free. Yeah, call us. What's up, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the Basem Hanna podcast. This is episode 1 of season 2, and we thought we'd kick things off with a bang by bringing on the most famous Egyptian that I know. Shahir Massoud is here with us today. He is a world-renowned chef who has an amazing cookbook filled with amazing, delicious Egyptian-inspired recipes. Yeah. But today we're going to be digging a little bit deeper. We're going to talk about his career path and how he got to where he is today. And hopefully we'll be able to give the audience some nuggets on and tips on how to go through their journey. Shahir, thank you so much for being on the podcast.
Me, man.
I will start by giving a brief introduction. We are both Coptic Christian Egyptians.
We are.
And we might be the only outliers that are not pharmacists. so
that I know of.
That I know of. This is it. Yeah, they're actually going to excommunicate us for this. You have an amazing life story, and I want to get into it. And we definitely want to talk about the cookbook.
Yeah.
He, again, look at this guy. He's so famous. He's on TV. He writes cookbooks, all this stuff.
Amazon.
Yes.
It's called the Quick Plug.
Yes. Please, buy. But before we get started, I would love for you to do a little bit of an intro to the audience and let them know why I have you on the show. And then we'll go from there.
You know, you joke, but it's true. The non-pharmacist Coptic Egyptians, we gravitate towards one another.
We're rare.
We're very rare.
We're like diamonds.
This is, and you've explained this to other non-Coptic Egyptians, the phenomenon around how we're all pharmacists. No one knows why. There's never been an explanation to me why.
No.
But that's just what it is.
I have my theories.
I have theories too, but they're never tested theories.
I'm not saying them publicly either.
You can't say them publicly, but my brother's a pharmacist.
Yeah.
My mom is a pharmacist.
Yeah.
So we have met the quota. We're allowed to go to the church.
Yes.
I don't know how many pharmacists you have in your family.
I have a doctor and an engineer.
That's
parents.
allowed. You're in. You're in.
And then obviously black sheep. Yeah.
Exactly. But it's I do feel like we gravitate towards each other because we chose to do something a bit different, something where passion is required.
Yes.
Something where risk is required.
Yes, 100%.
Something where you kind of go 100%. Off the beaten path and you kind of have to navigate your own way and try and make it.
100%. And to add to that, I would say that we're kind of we were like the class clowns.
100%.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a correlation there. Okay, so I don't know this, but what year are you, 85 or 84?
83.
83, okay, so you're 2 years older than me,
yeah.
So in Sunday school world, you were just too cool to talk to the 85s.
Well, I wasn't going to Sunday school as much as I should have.
Yeah, that's all right.
But that's
judgment.
okay.
There's no judgment here.
Yeah, I would miss a few Sundays.
Yeah, it was actually Fridays. Yeah.
Whatever. Fridays, that's right.
Okay, so we're in church. Let's start from there. So we have our typical immigrant upbringing. It's so funny because your story so closely resembles mine.
Sure.
And it was the reason I'm when I say these things, I feel like I'm repeating myself and people don't understand. And I'm like, I'm not alone. There's a world of people that literally lived the exact same life up until 16 or 18 or whatever we all decided.
Sure.
So give me your version of it so I don't have to explain it to our wonderful audience.
You mean growing up Coptic Egyptian?
Start from growing up Coptic Egyptian up until high school.
I don't know if you had this experience, and I kind of write about it in the book. When I grew up here, born and raised here, it was I wasn't Canadian enough, No one taught me how to play hockey. My dad didn't know how to skate, right?
No.
So I wasn't really Canadian, but I was born and raised here, and I also, in some circles, didn't feel as Egyptian as other people. So I had this like, well, what am I really? Right?
Yeah, I get that.
You know what I mean? I had this feeling.
I do get that.
And then it allowed me to lean into a sense of individuality. Well, I guess I'm just me, whatever this means. And that never left me. And it was reinforced over time throughout my life, and as I became a young adult, saying, okay, well then really looking inwards and saying, well, who am I?
Right.
What do I care about? What am I going to do?
Right.
And so that kind of helped me, I think, in a way.
So, okay, were you good in school? Were you like what were your marks like?
I was good in school strategically because you mentioned being a class clown.
Yeah.
I was the largest class clown. I didn't see a class, I saw an audience, and I was working material.
I mean, look at that.
Okay,
Like,
you know what I'm saying?
Like you got
but
it.
But then I
though.
would go home and study extra hard so that my grades were good.
Right.
So that if a teacher ever said, which they did, hey, you can't be doing this, I'd be like, yeah, look at the paper.
Okay.
Yeah, I can. I've got A's. Don't worry about it.
Dude.
And they'd be like, what about the other kids? That's their problem. I don't know.
Talk to their parents.
I don't know.
Yeah, you got the wrong. You are the wrong.
Let them
kid
go
here.
home and study. I don't know.
Okay, so that's a slight difference. I did well enough. Like I just wanted to be.
Yeah.
Like I was like trying to be like a 75
Yeah.
to 80% student, just to like get my parents off my back.
Well, the parent fear is real.
The parent fear is very real.
That was a thing.
Yeah. Did you have like? Is it like prototypical? Who's more strict in your house, your mom or your dad?
When it came to school,
Yeah.
both.
Of course.
No,
of
this
course,
standard
of course,
was,
yeah.
there was, I remember, Basem, I'm telling you, in grade 8,
Yeah.
I was at like, I'll never forget, I was at like at 78, 79. I remember my grade 8 average. And like, I was not going to make the honor roll. This was not an option.
Yeah.
This was, we
Yeah.
were looking at adoption, like you will move out of this house. You will get 80.
See you, buddy. Yeah.
You're out.
Oh my
We disown
God.
you.
Okay,
Like it was hardcore.
I think your parents believed in you a little bit more than mine did because my parents like wrote me off. Not wrote me off, but they're just like, sales has to be this kid's saving grace because
Sciences are out.
Sciences are. We're gonna have to write that one off. Okay, so you go through school, you're doing pretty well,
I'm doing okay.
and then
Yep.
what university did you go to? Because you obviously went to university, like
I would not be alive if I didn't go to
100%,
university. You would
like-
not see me right now.
Yeah.
So this is where the story gets interesting because from the age, like I said, in grade 8, my whole life, the narrative was this. You go to school,
Yeah.
you get good grades,
Yeah.
or you die.
Yes.
Then you get good
Understood.
grades, you go to a good university, and then you get a good job. And then that's it.
Yeah.
This is what you do.
Then you work for 40 years, and then
And that's
you
it.
retire.
And
yeah.
then you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm graduating high school. I don't know what to do with my life. Can you blame me? I'm 17, 18 years old or
Of
whatever.
course, yeah. Who
So
does?
I say to my dad, I don't know what to do. And he gives me great advice. I'm sure you'll agree with this advice. He goes, if you don't know what to do, go to business school.
Okay.
That's what he told me.
That's very forward thinking.
It's brilliant advice.
That's very forward.
He's telling an 18-year-old, if you're not sure what to do, go to business school. Everything is a business. I said, okay, great.
That's actually my theory behind why we have so many pharmacists.
Well, because it's a good business.
It's a business.
I guess so.
It's a business that we have like the inside track
But why
on.
are we good at prescription drugs? I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, the story for another day.
So I take his advice, and I go to the Schulich School of Business. Great program. I'm doing
great
my
program.
thing. I graduate.
Say it's like the second best business school in Canada. Something like that.
I don't know if you know that Ivy didn't let me in, but anyway.
It's really hard to get into Ivy. Out
Very
of high
hard
school.
to get in.
I went to Ryerson for my first 2 years, and then I transferred into Ivy.
See, I was going to go to Ryerson or Laurier or whatever, but then my dad's crazy.
Yeah.
My dad was like, he researched it. We went to Schulich.
Schulich is legit.
And
Like,
we
all
went on an
jokes
open
aside.
house and
Yeah.
everything. And true story, my grades were like low 80s, and
Yeah.
Schulich was like 90 minimum. And we're touring the campus, and he's like, I'll never forget, he goes, this is our school. This is where we're going to go. We.
Of course.
What
bro.
we?
He's already letting you go to business school. Let him have it.
Yeah,
Like, you gotta let him have it.
And I remember
Here,
he was
Bubba.
like at the open house getting the brochures, like, yeah, this is good school. This is where we're going to go. And I'm like, bro, I'm at an 81. I don't think this guy understands. Like,
I would have to write a really good essay.
100%.
Yeah. Pull the heartstrings.
But we made it in.
Thanks God.
Thanks God. Graduate. Now I've graduated. I go to my dad. I say, I don't know what to do.
Right.
He says, get a job.
Yeah.
Okay, I can get a job. And those days, Basem, they're talking about 2006.
Yeah.
The big four accounting firms would come to campus, open bar parties, crazy parties.
Oh, yeah.
The recruiters were hot.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, accounting's not what you think it is. You'd be like, really?
Yeah.
Oh, no, this is pastry.
It's the lifestyle,
It's
bro.
the lifestyle. We work hard, we play hard, and you're 22, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
And you're thinking you're gonna be like Gordon Gekko on Bay Street, like, yeah.
Yeah.
So I signed up on Deloitte & Touche to be an accountant.
Okay.
This is how I become an accountant, by the way. It was open bars.
Yeah.
And then I get there, and then you realize, they kept saying accounting is not what you think it is. It takes one day for you to realize accounting is exactly what you think.
Yeah, it's probably worse.
It's actually worse than what you think.
It's actually worse than you think it is because it's long hours.
Oh my God, the hours.
Yeah, like around audit. And like you're staying. Like,
it's legit 7 days a week. You know this.
Look, Marina's my wife's an accountant.
She is?
She KPMG 10 years. She did the first 5 years of our marriage, I swear, our biggest fights were that she would come home so late.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, I feel like
I didn't know she's an accountant.
Oh yeah, she's an accountant. You guys have a very similar story.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
She lasted 10 years?
10 years. She loves it.
What?
Loves it. Yeah, some people are built for it. I know. Opposites attract.
Then again, she clearly has bad taste. But anyway,
Yeah. Facts.
it's hard, man. It's a grind.
Yeah.
And people don't realize, you know this.
Yeah.
Busy season, 7 days a week, Saturday, Sunday, 14-hour days, and you're just like.
Yeah, and it's very thankless because you're in somebody's office. And they don't want you there.
They don't want you there.
And you're asking questions that they don't know the answer to, obviously, because you're asking them like a audit-related question.
Yep.
And then you go and like you move on to the next thing. You're eating, like you're in a boardroom for.
It's not like, I remember the tax guys, they actually liked because like they're trying to save them taxes or whatever.
Yeah.
And then when you're auditing someone, you're like, I need to pull samples of invoices from 8 months ago. And they're like, buddy, get out of here.
Yeah. Go away.
This is why I was a bad auditor. This is why I kept getting fired, which I'll get to that part of the story.
Yeah.
Because I didn't care. I was so bored doing this.
Right.
So bored.
Understandable. If
And
it's not for you, it is a career path if you like it, but it's a selective.
It's a career path if you like it, but I'll tell you this. I met so many people that had no passion for what they were doing.
Right.
And so many people that if they won the lottery, they would never go back to work. Actually, I don't know a single accountant, if they won $1 billion, would go crazy and then go back to work.
But like you can put that in anybody that wins $1 billion. Like there's 1% of people that do what they actually love.
But hear me out. Exactly.
Yeah.
But that's what I was lusting after. I figured I'm looking around, I'm 23 years old, and I'm like, I don't have to do this.
Right.
I want to do something I love to do.
That's massive clarity for a young person. Like to be like, I'm 23 and I know that I'm going in the wrong direction. Like
I agree.
Most people just do it for the rest of their lives and just are miserable.
I met a few people in accounting that stuck with me to this day. Mm-hmm. There was one guy, busy season, you're working 7 days a week. And this guy was like 35. He looked so old to me.
Yeah.
You know, when you're 23, you see a 35-year-old, like this guy's ancient. And we liked him because he would let us come in on Saturdays at 11 a.m. What a treat.
Yeah.
What a treat.
Oh my God.
And one day I said to him, like, man, you're the best. You let us come in at 11 a.m. He's like, yeah, I got something to do Saturday morning. So what do you do? He went to the airport, would park his car, and watch planes land.
Oh. Okay.
And I said, why? He said, my dream was to be a pilot. This is it. I said, go be a pilot.
Yeah.
He said, no, I can't. You know, I've got wife, kids, mortgage. And that to me was the saddest story I've ever heard in my life. Because I'm talking to a guy who's 35. He's not old. He's not that young either.
Yeah.
He's going to be working the next 30 years.
Yeah.
And when I saw it in his eyes, it was like a jail sentence of sorts.
I hear that.
And he had a mortgage and the kids, and I can't blame him. He can't just drop everything and go to pilot school and get hours and blah, 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 blah.
Plus the lifestyle of a pilot, but.
Whatever.
Yeah, I get it.
The moral of the story is he had a dream. He loved it so much that he's just watching planes land.
Yeah.
And he knew that will never be for him now. And he's in a position where, and you can't blame him, he can't drop everything and go do that. And I thought to myself, but you are, man. You're 23 years old. You have no wife, no kids, no possessions, no nothing. Why are you here? What are you doing here? And this is the thing that's most important about my story. It's like, sometimes, Basem, people come up to me and say, wow, I read this, you're so brave. And I say, no, it's not about, I wasn't brave at all. But I was able to identify the timing is everything. It's either you make a move now when the timing is right, or you won't.
Right.
This is it.
I mean, like, live in the now. Like,
live in the now.
Yeah.
But you have to be able to identify when the timing is ripe to make a move in anything.
So, okay, so you're in accounting. You're obviously not liking it. I want to hear about how you got fired.
Well, I got fired many times, but the first time I got fired from Deloitte & Touche, the big firm, and there is a Coptic Egyptian connection to this.
Okay.
So I joined Deloitte & Touche, and one of the biggest partners in the firm, global level partner, like high level, heavy hitter, is a Coptic Egyptian guy in our community named Adil Malik. I don't know if you know Adil Malik. And
I don't know.
He probably doesn't even remember me, but I remember him because he was very gracious to me, very kind to me.
Right.
I joined Deloitte & Touche as like the lowest of the low. And he reaches out to me to invite me to his office for coffee.
He recognized the name. He's
he recognized the name. Maybe he knows my dad. Maybe he found out through the grapevine, oh, we have one of our own in the firm. He reaches out to me. Very kind of him to do that.
Yeah.
So I go to his office one morning. I have coffee in his big, huge office. He welcomes me to the firm, tells me his life story, says, congratulations, welcome to the firm. If you need anything, reach out. Off you go. Thank you. So I stroll into work 1 hour late. I'm already kind of got a reputation for like, I suck. I don't know what's going on. I don't really care.
I have a very similar experience in consulting.
You were a consultant?
I did the whole thing, bro. I did the whole thing. And I literally, anyways, keep going. It's not about me today, it's about you. Yeah.
Does this sound familiar?
Bro, you're literally like...
Your bosses don't like you. There's already rumors like this guy sucks, whatever. But we're already checked out. I'm sure your brain, you're already checked out like...
I just knew it wasn't for me.
You know it's not for you.
Yeah.
So I strolled in one day, an hour late. Already my superiors don't like me. They're like, where were you? I was like, I had a coffee meeting. You're a rookie, a coffee meeting. And the guy goes, coffee meeting with who? I said, Adil Malik. And the guy goes, oh, you know Adil Malik? I said, of course I know Adil Malik. I know him very well.
You don't? Yeah.
You don't?
Yeah.
So the guy now assumes like, I don't know, maybe I'm like his nephew. Like, this bought me 6 months of employment. The rumor in the office was that now I was like Adil Malik's, nephew or something.
Yeah.
I basically did nothing for 6 months. I'll tell you that right now. And then when it got worse, and I'll tell you why. I was bored, I was unfulfilled, but as I look back, I was also angry. I got angry. And I was angry because I did everything everyone told me to do. My parents, my teachers, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The message is go to school, work hard, get a university degree, get a good job. Everything will be fine. And I felt like I held my end of the bargain.
Right.
And then I realized it's not fine. And nobody asked me, do you like this?
Yeah.
Do you want to do this?
Do you care?
Do you care?
Yeah.
What are you good at? No, and I felt angry. I really was angry, and I started acting out. And when I say acting out, Basem, I mean I was ordering singing telegrams to the office for real. I was inviting homeless people up for coffee.
Come on.
I was doing wild shit. I was doing wild shit.
Okay.
You're a real estate guy. Our biggest client was Brookfield.
Yeah.
And we would fly to New York, World Trade, office, whatever, and we would be there 2 weeks in a row, fly home for a day, 2 weeks in a row, fly home for a day.
Yeah.
Bro, I was inviting singing telegrams, Marilyn Monroe telegrams to the CFO of Brookfield's office, for real.
Did he like it?
No.
Oh.
No, he didn't. So if you wonder, people ask, how did you get fired?
That's a good way to get fired.
That's how you get fired.
I'll tell you how I got fired. By the way, my goal in life right now is to build a real estate empire bigger than Brookfield's.
You can do it.
I believe
Just don't
I
get
can.
people like me to audit you.
No,
or maybe you should.
I got fired.
You can do it. I believe in you.
I honestly, I think that you have to set the, like BHAG's big, hairy, audacious goals.
Yeah.
Because I set a goal that I thought I was never going to reach, and I reached it, and it sent me down depression road, and it took me like a year to get out of that world.
You got depressed after you reached the goal?
Big time. That was the only time I've ever been depressed. It was like,
after you reached the goal?
Yeah, bro. I sold a company, I lost like my purpose. Imagine I'm like,
Interesting.
I'm like, yo, I'm gonna give you $1 billion. You can't cook again.
Wow.
You know, you'll be like, okay, I got the money. This is
Sure.
what everybody thinks is like you're supposed to do. But now what?
Yeah.
What am I supposed to do with the rest of my life?
Yeah.
And that, I don't know if it's like, listen, I was definitely sad, and I was like, and it was for a very long period of time. I think like the clinical definition of depression, I probably met it, but like no one feels bad for you. Like
sure.
They're like, bro, shut up. Like you're living what most people want. So like enjoy that life. But anyways, I got fired because my buddy, who will remain nameless, and
This is from the consulting firm.
From BCG I got like BCG in UK. I was like top.
Your parents are happy?
They don't know what BCG is because it's not an engineer. They could care less, bro. Like they're just like, oh, good for you. Yeah. sounds cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if I told them I worked at TD Bank, they might be more impressed.
Right.
Yeah. Like, but I was young and single, and I'm in London, and my buddy is in San Fran at Credit Suisse.
Yeah.
And we're like going back and forth on our work emails, and I send him, and I'm like bragging about like the night before in email. And he's like, oh, what'd you do?
Bro, what is this, like a signal chat? Like, what are you doing?
This is just idiocy. This is not caring.
Not caring.
Like, I'm just
it's
like,
I'm do it. Like, I'm
like, yeah, bro, I'm over this girl, whatever. And then I get an email back from like his IT server saying, this email has been flagged. We've notified your like head off, like the partner of the
What kind of details are you putting in the email?
Too much. and then it's like I should have been using BBM.
Yeah.
It was like a BBM chat that ended up in email. Because you know when you're in investment bank consulting, you're on your phone, you want to be cool with email. And we've notified your partner, this, that, and we're also taking disciplinary action against him. And I'm like,
against him?
And I'm like, fuck. Like and we just got our jobs, and these are like big deals. I'm like, if one of us is gonna get fired, it's got to be me. Like,
You're how old now? 22, 23?
I'm like 22.
Yeah.
And so I print out the emails and I go straight to HR.
Oh.
And I'm like, and I fall on my sword. I'm like, listen, I like do whatever you want to me, but like don't like call Credit Suisse and tell them that this
guy had nothing to do with it.
He had nothing to do with it. And so she looks at the emails, and this lady loved me, right?
The HR lady?
Up until that point. And so she looks at the emails, and she's like, why would you send this on email? And she's like, we're not going to discipline you, but like, don't do this again.
Yeah.
She's like, also like, this doesn't seem like real.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
it's so stupid.
It's so stupid. So I go up to my, and before I left to go to HR, I printed out, I sent an email to my buddy. I'm like, bro, I just got this email. But don't worry, I'm taking care of it. I'm going to HR right now. I go back and I have like 40 missed calls from him. And he's like,
please tell me he did not get fired. It was a joke.
It was a joke. He's like, dude, I was just kidding. He drafted the whole email and like all this stuff. So I have to go back to HR. And I'm like, and that was the end. That was the beginning of the end. Like within 2 months, I was gone.
So by this point, they know you're a goofball.
You're an idiot.
You're dumb.
Yeah, I can't put you in front of clients.
You can't be put in front of clients.
No.
But just between you and me and your audience.
Yeah.
Consultants are kind of bullshit, right? Just if you can low-key.
I have a lot of really good friends who are consultants.
All right, don't show the audience.
Yeah, but yes, 100%. I think if you can do, if you are so good that you can get paid this much to consult the biggest companies in the world, shut up and go do it for yourself.
Go do it yourself?
Go do it for yourself and make the money.
No knock on the consultants out there.
That's my humble opinion, but obviously one day I'm going to have to hire a consultant. They're going to watch this video. They'll be like, fuck you. So anyways, back to, that was a very random detour.
But that's interesting how we had the same experience of like, you just know.
I just wasn't in the right spot.
You just don't belong there.
I was not in the right spot.
And very quickly, it becomes clear to you, to the people around you, like, yo, this guy, He's not going to last
It was
here.
an odd duck, bro. Like
Clearly.
I was like the one that didn't stay. Like we would go to the social events, and I'm like, I don't want to talk to. Like I don't have the same interests as you guys do.
Sure.
You know, like I'm not even talking. They're just all smarter than me. Like they're more educated than me.
I want to say smarter, but it's like they're not smarter.
They're different type of
I'm
they
sure
present better.
I'm sure
they
present better easily.
Intellectually, they present better.
That's without saying. But I'm sure there's some people you remember, and there's some people I remember from my accounting days that I grew up with from university, and we started, and it was clear that they were good at this, and they were meant for this, and they
that's
would
why
go
I don't
far.
like insulting. Like I know we're taking cheap shots at these really respectable professions. So like we're just kidding, obviously.
Just kidding.
We're making ourselves feel good. We're losers that got fired, so we're like making ourselves.
No,
feel
but in seriousness, like there's some of my best friends who I'm still best friends to this day, who I've known for over 20 years.
Yeah.
No joke, as we started as rookies, you would be able to say, yo, that guy will make partner of this firm very quickly. And he
he'll
did.
be a benefit to the.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
like they're just clearly meant to be here. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But there's also nothing wrong with saying, we are clearly not. No. And then you go on a journey to say.
That's on us to, like, a part of our journey. Okay, so you got fired.
I got fired.
What's the epiphany?
I got fired, I get another job, I get fired again.
Accounting again?
Accounting again.
Where?
I get fired again. I had like a mid-sized firm.
You're
just going down the ladder.
Yeah.
So I get fired again.
Shahir's a shop of accounting at the end.
Yeah. So I get fired again. And in those days, I don't know what it's like now. You've got to pass 3 big exams and be employed for 30 months. You'll get a CA, or what is a CPA now.
Right.
I passed all the big exams. That was not the issue. It was just staying gainfully employed that was the issue. So the second time I get fired, that was the hard part. The exams I passed on the first try, no problem.
We got that braid.
I get fired again. I'm 5 months shy now. I just need to stay employed for 5 more months. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. I don't think I can finish this. This is like, 5 minutes is a grind. This is bad.
Yeah.
This is a true story now. I'm 5 months shy. I'm now unemployed for a while. Okay. I went to a job interview. I'm lost. I'm a lost person. 23 and I'm completely lost.
Right.
I don't know what to do. I go for another job interview. Will I get a job? I don't know. I'm in the job interview. And the interviewer says, blah, blah, blah. What would you do in this scenario? And I'm not kidding. I say, listen, I don't know. I honestly don't know.
I don't give a shit, bro.
And I said, look, I'm sorry to waste your time. I also don't care.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm here.
Yeah.
And she looks at me like, what? I said, yeah. You asked me the question. I don't know what I would do in this accounting scenario. I actually really don't care.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm here. I'm so sorry. I gotta
crazy,
go.
Bro.
And she's just like, what? And I just left. And I'm lost, Basem.
I'm just waiting for you to be like, so I took my pants off and I walked out. Yeah.
Well, the pants comes into play because, not an interview. I'm unemployed for months. I'm sitting on my couch. I'll never forget it. It's 11 a.m., the middle of the day. I just woke up. I'm lost. My buddies are working on Bay Street making money. I'm unemployed. I'm in my underwear. I'm on my couch. Breakfast is at 11. Breakfast is, Marlboros and a coffee.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there just a loser. And I'm watching TV. This is a true story. I'm watching a cooking show on TV, which I've always loved. I always wanted to be, And I say, you see this? This is the life. Look at these people. They're laughing and cooking, having a great time. And I'm watching there and I said, that is the life. Those people are getting paid. They're laughing. They're cooking. They're having a great time and being paid to have a great time.
Yeah. That's not everybody's perception when they watch those shows.
Maybe not, because when I was a kid watching cooking shows, my dad would be like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm watching Martha Stewart make an omelet. This is amazing.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, what? So maybe, I don't know. Everyone's
but that, just obviously that it's easy to, hindsight's 20/20. But the fact that you identified that as an enjoyable experience.
Paradise.
That's not normal.
Look, everyone to each their own. That buddy of mine who became a partner at Deloitte & Touche very quickly, he would say, this looks like a nightmare. Cooking and laughing. Yeah. But I look at what he does and say, that looks like a nightmare to me.
Yeah.
Everyone's different.
But that's what I'm saying. That's the aha moment.
That's the aha moment.
Yeah.
And similar to what you talk about setting lofty goals, I'm sitting there in my underwear and I'm looking at these people and I'm saying, this looks like the best life ever. They're laughing, they're cooking, they're getting paid to do this. I said, I want to do that. And not just that, I watched them and I said, and I can do it better than them actually. So I decide there in my underwear, I'm going to be a chef, I'm going to go to culinary school, and I'm going to be on TV. I decided there in my underwear. Within the hour, I was enrolled at the French Culinary Institute in New York City. I'm not.
And how'd you know where to go?
I decide very quickly. I could go to George Brown in Toronto.
Yeah.
If we're going to do this, we're going to go big.
Yeah.
We're going to work in the best restaurants. We're going to go to New York City.
You got to have that.
New York City culinary schools.
Yeah.
French Culinary Institute. Okay.
This is all pre-chat GPT. So
this is, I had to actually think.
Yeah.
Well, I had Google, you know, whatever.
Like
there's a form you have to fill out. Okay, I fill out the form.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to the French Culinary Institute in Soho in New York City. And I was actually smart enough to realize if you want to be a chef on TV, you got to learn how to cook. You got to be a chef first. And for real, I'm doing these calculations like, okay, I'll go to a great culinary school. I'll work in Michelin star restaurants. I'll work for 5-10 years, okay, and then I'll be on TV.
Yeah.
This was what my brain was saying.
And like that's totally acceptable. Meanwhile, 5 months in audit to get your fuck that, bro.
Fuck that.
That's too long.
5 months was 5 minutes. I can't take it.
Yeah.
So within the hour, I'm enrolled.
Passion. It's passion.
It's passion.
It's passion.
Like, okay,
it's not work anymore. It's not
you're
work.
on a mission.
Yeah.
You know this.
Yeah.
You're suddenly engaged. You're alive.
Yeah.
Like okay. And I'm enrolled in the French Culinary Institute within the hour. And I've made my mind up. I'm going to New York City. I'm going to be a chef. I'm going to not be a pretender and try and be on TV day one. Yeah. I'm going to learn this craft.
And earn your way on
Earn my
TV.
way.
Yeah.
I want the skill. And I feel I can be better on TV than these people I've just watched who, in my mind, are living paradise. They're getting paid to laugh and cook.
Right.
I go and meet 2 friends of mine that night who are very dear friends of mine, and they're worried about me. I've been unemployed for months. And I say, guys, I've got it figured out. I'm going to be a chef. I'm going to culinary school.
Oh,
they said,
God.
Oh.
Yeah.
They look at me like,
yeah.
Okay,
We're
great.
going to have to stop being friends with Shahir.
Yeah, like I think Shahir is like, I don't know if this guy's okay.
We need to call a Buddha.
And it gets better. Guys, I'm also going to be on TV.
Yeah. Wallahi.
Oh, really?
Good. Yeah. Sure.
You could see in their eyes like, oh, buddy.
Yeah.
Okay. But it was decided.
I would have looked at you the exact same way. Honestly, anybody that does.
Anybody would.
Yeah. Their reaction is normal.
Their reaction is normal and is to be expected. You
Of
can
course.
imagine now my parents.
Yeah, I want to hear about this. And then your parents.
My parents are in downtown Toronto for a wedding, a Coptic wedding.
Yes.
And I agreed to meet them at the King Edward Hotel. I'll never forget it.
Did you live at home?
I was living downtown with a friend.
Okay.
And I go to meet them at the King Edward Hotel. They're killing time in the hotel restaurant or whatever between the ceremony and the reception, so they're killing time. I sit down with them in this restaurant, and I say, I figured it out. I know what I'm going to do. My mom's like, yeah, great. And my dad's like, oh, yeah. My dad knows better. He's like, out with it. What is it? What is it? I said, I know what I'm going to do. I'm not going to finish my CA. I'm 5 months shy.
Yeah.
Okay. And I say, I'm going to cook. I'm going to cook. And Basem, without exaggeration, they did not understand the words that I had said. Like, for dinner? Like, what? No, for a living. For what?
Yeah.
Yeah, for a job.
No
I'm going to go to
chance.
New York City. I'm going to go to culinary school. I'm going to become a cook, not a chef, a cook.
Yeah.
I'm going to work my way up, and I'll be a chef. I didn't tell them I've decided to be a chef on TV. That was too
Right.
much.
Yeah.
I'm going to be a chef. What? The tears.
For context, like I need to give the audience some context for our
Yes.
non-Coptic followers here.
Yes.
Our
How do you explain this?
our parents, we are all first generation immigrants. So like our parents came here late in their lives, like they were not spring chickens, and we were with them. So like I came when I was 5 when my parents moved here. I'm guessing you were.
Well, I was born here, but they moved, like they got married. This was the phase of their life. They were adults. They got married. They started their family here.
Okay, so slightly different, same but different.
Same, but yeah.
There is no like compromise on education and work. And
No.
And like, how do you say this nicely? There's like a stigma for like, there's like a class system of employment.
100%.
Right? Like you're a doctor.
That's
like,
the top tier.
You're like number one.
Yeah.
And then like pharmacy engineer.
That's all fine.
Architect, you can throw that into the second
Lawyer
tier.
is good.
Yeah. Business is like,
Yeah.
like, okay, fine. We hope he's like, he's a good business person.
Cook?
Cook doesn't exist.
You might as well be in prison.
You could be, like, I legit think sanitation worker is above cook.
Anything is above cook.
Yeah.
Cook
100%.
is like, you could see my mom's brain hot wiring.
It's a hobby. Yeah, she's like, I cook, but I'm a pharmacist. Yeah.
I make money. What?
Okay.
My dad had a look of confusion and worry. My mom was crying.
Yeah.
And in this restaurant.
In the restaurant? Oh, wow.
And the
You
server's
really
like bringing her the tea that she ordered. And he's looking like, the server for sure thinks I just told my mom I had cancer.
Yeah.
Because she's just like, ah. And I told him, look, guys, it's going to be okay. I need 10 years. I need 10 years.
Yeah.
And in 10 years, I'll be okay.
Right.
It's going to be a grind, but I need 10 years. And they're just like, what? What are you saying?
Yeah.
But it is decided.
They're just watching your like life. Their life plan for you is like,
it's just disintegrating.
We don't have grandchildren. He's not going to
He's dead. He's basically going to die on the streets of. And actually, they gave me bad advice.
Yeah.
For the first time, they gave me bad advice. And this is very important. They said, why don't you just finish the CA? You have 5 months, and then you can do whatever you want.
That's like the insurance policy plan.
That's not good advice.
No. Well,
that's bad advice.
It is practical advice.
I would say it's bad advice because, and this is important, this is very important to young people. You have to follow your gut and your instinct. And I knew if I finish, I will not leave. I'll be like the guy who watches the planes land.
Right.
You'll find an excuse. Okay, now I have a CPA. Now I'm going to go to cooking school with a CPA?
Yeah.
You're going to stick around for another year, maybe a year.
Okay, dissect that a little bit for the young people that watch because there's a critical difference between following your gut and like having a true calculated plan to which your gut follows. Like, it's not like I wake up one day and I'm like, I want to be, a baseball player. And then I leave everything and become a baseball player with no practice and no passion and or minimal passion. Like,
sure, it's not the same thing. Like, you don't look at yourself and say, I'm going to wake up and be a baseball player.
Yeah.
With no thought.
That's all I just for you put a lot of thought in this, and the fact that you're telling your parents is probably that's like the final boss.
That's the final.
Yeah, it's you don't go to Bowser from that's level 9 in Mario.
Well, you also need Bowser's money a little bit. New York isn't cheap.
And you asked them for money?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
That is a parent's love right there.
I will tell you this. I dedicated my book to my parents.
I see that. I saw that.
And that is true what I wrote.
Yeah.
Where they said, this is stupid, this is reckless, this is ill-timed, but we will support you.
The love of a parent.
They weren't happy. They didn't believe it was a good idea. They didn't. But through the tears, and my mom was crying, my dad was clearly worried. Okay, what are we doing?
Yeah.
New York? Okay, this is it. We're going. What, we?
Yeah, we have to go.
We're going.
Yeah, we're gonna. I love your dad, bro. Your dad's the bomb.
But I remember that about my dad. My mom was crying, and my dad was accepting the situation and said he owed it to me to tell me his thoughts.
Yeah.
And in the end, he said, okay, you have my support. Let's go.
So you're in New York.
Yeah.
You go there.
Yeah.
What's
now I'm 25.
Yeah.
I have a Schulich degree.
Yeah.
Imagine this. I'm living in this crappy apartment on Roosevelt Island, Manhattan, with a roommate who's also enrolled in the school. This guy I've never met before, some random guy. The school connected us, whatever.
Right.
I'm on a bunk bed. I'm 25 years old, about to turn 26. I have a Schulich degree. There's other people in this school who are 19. This is their college experience. There's other people in this school who grew up in the restaurant business.
Right.
They kind of have a reason to be there.
Yeah.
I have no reason to be there. I am
Right.
totally taking a flyer. And I remember the first morning of culinary school, I'm sitting on a bunk bed, I'm 25, and I'm like, what am I doing? And I'm panicking, and I'm like, it's not too late. I can go to the school, I can tell them I made a huge mistake,
Yeah.
I can get my money back, I can go home. This is crazy. I have this moment on this bunk bed. And then I say to myself, go home to what?
Yeah. The failure.
You go home to, and I realize you maybe didn't choose accounting. It kind of looped you in,
Yeah.
but you chose this.
Yeah.
And you go home now with your tail between your legs. Your mom was right, your dad was right, and you go back to nothing. You're
Yeah.
not going to be an accountant. You suck.
Yeah.
You have no job, no prospects. Go home to what?
Yeah.
So I said to myself, man, get it together. Get it together.
So that is the part of the point that when we were talking to the young kids.
Yeah.
It's that drive, like that desperation.
Absolute-
That's
the
what
hunger.
goes with following your gut. Like they have to go.
And a
they're-
plan.
Yeah.
And
of
a
course,
plan.
Of course.
You can't wake up, like you said, and look at yourself in the mirror and say, I'm going to be a Major League All-Star.
Yeah.
Without saying
I
why,
understand
how.
what it takes.
I understand what it takes and whatever,
Yeah.
whatever. And that's right. To the young kids, it's like my plan from the beginning involved 10 years.
Yeah.
I'm going to work in Michelin star restaurants.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
you
do
called
this,
it
I'm
from
gonna
the
do this, I'm
beginning.
going to do this, and blah, blah, blah. Then I'll be prepared to cook on television.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm ready to do that for a decade. I am actually ready to do that. And then you make a plan, and that morning on the bunk bed, I said to myself, okay, fucking calm down.
Yeah.
And what's within your control? You can't control the fact that 19-year-old grew up in the restaurant business and you didn't.
Yeah.
You can't control that. The only thing you can control is I'm going to outwork these people around me. That's it. I'm going to knock on a door of a Michelin star restaurant today and start working for free. I'm going to do this a bit. And so there is planning, there's a thought, there's a strategy and a willingness, and you know this, to work harder than anybody around you. And I'm telling you, I would, at that moment on the bunk bed, I'd rather be dead than be outworked. I will outwork all these punks around me.
Yeah. That is
it.
That is the secret sauce to anybody that doesn't come from money, come from experience, like have like a legacy to like get them there, or isn't even naturally talented.
Sure. There was a guy in my culinary school who was 19, he was young, he was arrogant, and he was so talented.
Yeah.
He was so talented in the kitchen, honestly. And when you watch him, even how he moved in the kitchen and how he combined flavors, even our culinary instructors, these old French guys were like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget, he had this like mohawk, and he knew he was more talented than you and me and you. He knew it, to his detriment.
I was gonna say, like, that doesn't take you very far.
Talent is one thing.
No one wants to work with you.
He was an asshole.
Yeah.
And I think about him sometimes because...
Did you ever follow up? Like, do you know where he's at?
No.
He's probably an accountant.
Yeah, no, not him. Not him. But it's anything. Talent is one thing, but like, I might not be the most talented cook on earth. For sure, I know he's out there somewhere with more talent in his pinky than me, but I outworked him.
Right. And that 9 times out of 10, that matters more.
100%. I agree. In any industry. In any industry. And it's like, going back to how we grew up in our culture and everything, something interesting from this book, many people from different cultures who grew up in different immigrant households came up to me and said, this kind of resonated with me because we also had lofty expectations, and I didn't want to be a lawyer. I didn't want to be an engineer. But that was the expectation.
Yeah.
It's
in my line of work, like I'm perpetually surrounded by the professionals of the world. Like my investors are doctors, lawyers, dentists, pharmacists. They're the ones who actually have money.
Yes.
Yeah. So I talk to them, and I promise you that a lot of the conversations I have are their missed passions. You know, very
100%.
rarely am I talking to somebody who's like, I wanted to be a urologist. You know, like I wanted.
And if you wanted to be a urologist,
Yeah, did you? Yeah.
Totally.
Like it just hits home so much because what you're describing, the story you're saying, is I felt like I was doing it alone, to be honest, in our community for a while.
Sure.
For a while.
Sure.
We grew up in the same church, but like when I saw you like a few weeks ago at that dinner, I was just like, I'm like, dude, this guy, like I felt like I had an instant connection with you.
Likewise. And that's why I wanted to come, because it's like,
I was like,
there's
dude,
not a lot of us.
It's like he's living the same style of life, and you're doing it, you're doing it your way.
Would you say this in your journey? Because you talk about it feels alone. And when I think about my journey, from that moment I decided to go to culinary school, and I told my parents I need 10 years.
Yeah.
It was about 7-8 years later that I got a call to be a TV host. So it worked. It had worked. But for those 7-8 years, the feeling of loneliness, right? I'm sure you had this too, where you're like, I'm on an island. Like I'm on this massive mission alone. And you endure doubt, poverty, failure, whatever. And sometimes that's all it is. It's like, if you're willing to endure what most people aren't.
The
suffering basically, and keep going.
Yeah. It becomes your friend.
It does.
It becomes like, it's so funny that you're saying this. My wife, is
she still an accountant?
She is in an accounting role she works in industry.
But she's like a CPA for real.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, wow. That's hard to do.
She is like, she's the real deal. She loves it.
Anyone who loves what they do, I don't know if you get this. I get off on meeting people who love what they do.
Yeah.
If you're an Uber driver and you love it and you know the roads, I love that stuff.
Yeah, that's it.
When you're good at your job and you love it, that is.
So she speaks with the passion about accounting and compliance, the way that you speak about cooking, the way that I speak about like real estate and like general like entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
The one thing that like the suffering, and I want to get back to the story. So like a quick detour here, but I think what you have is the ability to endure suffering.
Yes.
My version of that is I have the ability to accept stress. Mm-hmm. Like my tolerance for stress, early on I recognized I'm very comfortable taking big risks with money, and that doesn't scare me.
You have to in your line of work.
It doesn't scare me the way that it paralyzes some people. Mm-hmm. And for me, I'm just like, this is what God's given me. Like God has not, I'm like, I'd love to be better looking. I'd love to be taller. I'd love to be whatever. But like, that's not what he gave me. But he's like, buddy, I will give you this. I will give you the ability to like handle stress.
Sure.
And like for you, like I cheated a little bit because I know the story, because I did homework.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
This is a professional production.
So, but the next part of your story is my favorite. So I want you to say that, like what happened after culinary school, or like from culinary school till in that 7 years before you got that first TV gig. This is where like Shahir 2.0 is made.
It came to fruition, man. Which is crazy still to this day. It feels surreal. It's like, you got to understand, Basem, from the age of 10, when I discovered food television, Jacques Pepin and Martha Stewart and all these OGs of culinary TV. I remember when the Food Network was born.
Who's the Fat Chef?
There was that guy. There was all sorts of amazing.
The Blue Jacket,
Mara Batali, who I ended up working for. All these amazing people.
Yeah.
So we're talking about from the age of 10. It's the equivalent of like dreaming of being the second baseman for the Toronto Blue Jays, right?
Right.
And then getting a call being like, you want to be a host of TV on. So the 7 years was cooking, honing my craft, becoming a great chef, working in restaurants, making minimum wage. When I moved back to Toronto from New York.
Talk to me about the first job. How did you get your
first job?
The first job. What is it even called? The job?
Yeah, it's a job. It's hard work, man.
Yeah, but like
at a Michelin restaurant?
No, the first one, right out of culinary school.
Oh.
You talk about it in your book. Your first kitchen experience.
Well, my first kitchen experience for real.
Yeah.
In New York City, when I decide I'm going to outwork people around me.
Yeah.
I go knock on a door of a great restaurant, still my favorite restaurant on earth to this day.
Yeah.
And
Not biased at all.
Not biased at all.
Yeah.
Man, you're bringing me back. The chef de cuisine, a guy named Cruz Goller, amazing chef and great guy. He's on his BlackBerry.
Yeah.
And he steps out of the restaurant, and he's like, yeah, okay, whatever. He's half listening to me, whatever. I'm like, hey, I'm Shahir, I'm from Toronto, blah, blah, blah. I'm in culinary school. I just started this morning, like literally. I just started this morning. Yeah, okay. And I want to work here, and I'm going to work for free, and I'll do whatever you tell me. Yeah, really, right? And I go, and I know nothing. And he stops typing on the BlackBerry and goes, you know nothing? I say, no, I know nothing.
Yeah.
He says, you don't know how to cook an egg? No. I don't.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking, this guy who's earned a Michelin star surely knows something about cooking an egg that I do not. So my answer to him is, I know nothing. And it's like, that stopped him in his tracks. He goes, okay. You work for free, you're on the schedule like any other staff, and if you don't show up, you get fired like any other staff. Like, this is what it is. We get people who want to work here all the time.
Yeah.
You got it. So that's how I started working in the basement. My first job at that restaurant, Basem, there was 100 butternut squash. 100. Just imagine 100 butternut squash, what it looks like.
Bro, I'm trying to think of what a butternut squash looks like. Yo, this is not my world.
Looks like your head.
Yeah.
A butternut squash.
Oh, okay. I know. Okay. 100?
100 have to be peeled every day.
That's wild, bro.
My only job at that restaurant for 8 hours after school, which was 8 hours, was peeling the squash and chiffonading, which is a fine cut of Brussels sprouts.
Thank you for the label.
Okay, two things I'm allowed to touch. Peeling butternut squash, my hands would turn brown, and the Brussels sprouts. That's it. Two things for 8 hours. That's it. I'm in the basement of a New York City kitchen. It's me, it's the dishwasher Martin, and Jose for 8 hours. Jose's breaking down chickens with speed like this guy could have done it blindfolded.
Yeah.
Amazing skills. Martin is over there singing Yo no sé mañana, 96.3, Nueva York. And I'm there for 8 hours. And don't get me wrong, man. There was a moment or two where you put down the peeler and you go, what am I doing?
Yeah.
What am I doing?
Yeah.
And there was a few moments where, I'm sure you had these moments too in your journey, where you have to stop and say, this is what I'm doing. This is why I'm here.
Yeah.
Keep going. And I remember there was one moment where it's like, maybe I should just leave. I don't even know if the chef knows I'm here.
I'm in one of those right now. As crazy,
right now?
As crazy as it sounds.
You have to, I don't know if you do this, you talk to yourself. You coach yourself through. And you say, okay, like this is what we're doing. This is what, and that's important to remind yourself, to contextualize what is the end goal here.
Yeah.
And that keeps you going. You know what I mean? In anything.
That is the drive. That is the hard work, the I will outwork.
100%.
The work for free is the entryway into almost any industry, any successful career path, where you have nothing but grit and time.
I heard this, I forgot who he was, this podcaster said something that stuck with me. And he said, sometimes people will say, oh, you do this or you do that. Mm-hmm. I would kill to do that. I would kill to do that. And then you think about it and you say, you would kill to do that, but would you work 16 hours a day for free for it?
Yeah.
You'd kill for it, but would you do this for it, like for real?
Yeah.
It's like, you don't have to kill.
Just do it.
But you have to outwork people. You have to push yourself to the brink. And there's a part in that introduction that it's so important to my story. And the editor, you submit it to an editor and they try and trim it a little bit, whatever. And they want to take this part out. And I said, no, you don't understand. This part of the story is so important because there was one night, Basem, that I'm coming up from that basement and I'm a broken person. Like, I'm exhausted, I'm broke, I'm alone. It's not like I'm having a fun time in New York City. I'm working all day, all night, blah, blah, blah. And I'm walking home on the subway, to the subway, and I stop in the street and I start crying. I am exhausted. I'm exhausted. I don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. I've been peeling for 5 weeks, man. And I'm broke.
Yeah.
And there's no hope in sight. And
There's
I start
not
crying.
a TV camera
There's
around.
no TV camera around. We are far away from the 10 years that we've set out. And I'm crying. On Broadway, I'm crying like, oh my God. And I'm deciding, do I continue or do I stop? It's a literal fork in the road. Do we continue doing this?
Right.
And I remember, stop crying, of course we continue. Of course we continue. And they said, that's not really relevant. I said, no, you don't understand.
That is
everything.
That's the genesis.
That right there is where I think 99% of people would say, I can get off this off-ramp. I don't have to keep doing it like this. That's the difference. If you continue to say, no, of course we come back tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's real shit.
Bro, it is. It's so real. Like,
it's not easy.
When I first started Almega, I was 26, and the idea of being a fund manager or like managing people's money was ludicrous. And so I said I would do it for free. I went to the uncles in the church,
cow.
and I said, I won't take an asset management fee. I won't take anything. The only thing I'll do is I will do the property management myself. I will collect the rent, snake the toilets, do whatever, and I will take the fee that we have budgeted in there for myself instead of hiring somebody else.
Yeah.
40 grand.
Sure. And that's coming off a BCG gig in London and whatever.
Oh yeah. We went totally backwards with the salaries.
Yeah.
And I did that for, like, we didn't realize gains. It's real estate. It's not like it happens overnight. Like for 6 years.
Holy cow.
Until I finally made, Marina made more money than me up until there was a
But you
day.
never forget those 6 years.
I learned the most
100%.
in those 6 years because you're doing it with passion.
Yes.
You're not. No one is paying you. Literally, no one is paying you to be there. So
So what's our advice to the young people out there? Work for free.
Work for free. Yeah. Call us. We have
Call us. I got something
unpaid
you could do.
internships galore. Yeah. I don't know what the advice is. I think the advice to them and to anybody else and to us, because I'm not. You're constantly reinventing yourself. You're always
Totally.
what's the next thing?
Totally.
And the stakes I find just have to be, they're higher now, but I'm it's the same general.
It's the same vibe.
Yeah.
and that's why I think we gravitate towards each other, because this isn't a story about cooking or real estate or.
No.
I mean, it's really not. It's a story more about passion and enduring and pushing through and making it happen. And sometimes, again, young people will see the result and say, wow, must be nice.
Or luck.
Or luck.
Luck is...
there's no luck.
There's luck.
There's some luck.
But
some luck.
You got to put yourself in the position to be lucky.
I agree with that.
You can't... luck wasn't coming to find you in your underwear when you were in Toronto. Luck's not finding you there.
Luck don't find you there. Luck will find you 7 years later.
Yeah, luck will find you in the basement cutting up butternut squash or Brussels sprouts.
Well, luck will find you later, but it will find you.
Luck's tracking. It's just tracking around there.
Yeah, it's not easy.
So you do this. You move through the restaurant world in New York.
Yeah.
You decide to come home.
I come home, now I'm 28, 29, Schulich degree still in my pocket.
Right.
Minimum wage.
Yeah.
$11.25 an hour.
Okay.
But I want to work in a great restaurant. I could have made more money at I don't know.
Whatever.
Jack Astor's.
Yeah.
But that's not what we're doing here. We have to keep on the track of working at Michelin restaurants, great restaurants, learning from great chefs, blah, 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 blah. And that was hard, man. I was making $11.25 an hour. Let me tell you, and you know this. Actually, no, you were married when you were broke. You ever been single broke?
Yeah. Yes.
It's hard.
I was broke before I was married and after I was married.
You're making $11 an hour.
Yeah.
In Toronto, working all the time.
Yeah.
So I do write in the book, you endure basically poverty.
Yeah.
And long hours and cutting yourself and bleeding and sweating, and it's but the difference is, do you continue? That's it. Most people would not. And I don't know if you felt this before. Eventually, you take a sense of pride. And it's almost like a comfort blanket where you're like, most people would quit right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You ever have that feeling? Where you're
100%.
Like, and this is why I'm going to keep going.
I found a nice stress relief, or a combination to that, is just surrounding yourself with people that will support you and are equally ambitious in their own right, doing their own thing.
That helps.
Because if you're just around a bunch of people that are making excuses for their life and like...
Did you have that? Did you have people like that? Because I don't know, looking back, all my friends had safe jobs.
Yeah.
I didn't really have a person to go to who was like, no, this is good. Minimum wage, you're on the right track. Like, you're doing it. I'm trying to think.
I did. To be honest, I did. I had a lot of friends. You and I think, are both very social people. I had a lot of acquaintances. So at any point I could pick up a phone and call somebody and get a little bit of like a boost. But you're on that road alone. Like, especially if you're doing something like this, like, it'll help you to have that and to give you that boost. But a lot of the days you're in a kitchen or on your computer alone, or like going to see a site or collecting rent, whatever the thing is that you're doing. And so
beyond that, and you've experienced this, you are mentally alone. When you come to a challenging moment or whatever, you have to do that exercise where you talk to yourself. It's like, okay, hold on.
Hype yourself up.
Hype yourself up and just like remind yourself of the context of what you're doing. Okay.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Okay, so you're back in Toronto. You're working.
I'm working.
You're getting good jobs, but you're not getting paid a lot.
I'm getting good experience. I'm building my skills. I'm learning, blah, blah, blah.
Then what? Like, when does it...
So this is when it turns into everything changes.
When do we tell our parents that we're on TV? When are we on TV,
Then they get happy.
Then they get happy. TV? Yeah.
I'm working in a restaurant group, and I do a cooking demonstration on a morning TV show to promote the restaurant. Sometimes you'll see a chef do a recipe, whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm so nervous.
Yeah.
It's live. It's live TV.
Okay.
Like, oh my God,
What
I'm
channel?
pissing myself. Breakfast television.
Oh, okay. This is like...
We're about to go live, and the host at the time, Dina, who's now the host again, she's wearing these high heels, so she's towering over me. And what a professional, Basem, what a pro.
Yeah.
The camera feels like this enormous eyeball.
Sun.
The sun is staring at you. I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna be live in 1 minute. And I'm like freaking out, whatever. And she can see that I'm visibly nervous. I'll never forget this. And she goes, oh, excuse me. She takes off her high heels. So she's lower to, she's like, you got this, you're okay. I'm like, oh, thank you. What a pro move.
Yeah, that's
I never forgot that.
That's a touch of class.
It's a touch of class, but it's like, when you're the host,
Yeah.
it's your job to identify every guest is different. And if one is freaking out, it's your job to bring them down.
100%.
And she was, anyway. So we do the segment, it goes well. And one thing leads to another. And in the same studio, they shoot City Line, which is another show. And they say, oh, you're pretty good. Come on our show. Great. So I start to do cooking segments on the show called City Line once every 2 months.
Right.
Random. And we're happy. I'm happy.
Of course, yeah.
We got our restaurant name on national TV. Cool. I go on City Line one morning. Little known to me, the CBC is casting for a daytime show. They need a chef to be a host. And they can't find the right chef. They're auditioning for months. Because chefs are crazy,
right?
For a daytime host. And they're casting, and hundreds of chefs are applying. I have no idea any of this is happening. I'm in the restaurant.
Yeah.
And one morning I go on City Line, and the producer's mom is at home watching, and she goes, that's the guy. And she calls her daughter and says, I found your guy. I found your guy. Just watched him. So I get a call out of the blue. Say, hey, you ever heard of the CBC? Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to be a TV host? What? What?
Can I call my parents?
Can I? What? So an audition process, whatever, and a month later, I get the final call, like final, like you got the job. You got the job that you wanted,
bro. You made it.
And can you imagine that moment, man? That moment from the underwear on my couch.
Yeah.
We're talking about 8 years.
Or even before that, 10-year-old you.
Even before that, 10-year-old dude.
Yeah.
It's as if the Blue Jays called you and said, you want to be our second baseman tonight?
Yeah.
That's what it felt like.
That's crazy.
It's surreal. It's like, I still to this day, as I tell the story out loud, it's like, you can't believe it.
Was it everything you thought it was going to be?
Being a TV host?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's good. That's
Absolutely.
good. Sometimes, they say don't meet your heroes. Like sometimes when you
It
get
was
what
the best.
Yeah.
It was exactly as I predicted on my couch in my underwear, saying these people are getting paid to laugh and have fun.
Yeah.
That's as good as it gets.
And it's like that.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yes.
That's so good.
The more fun you have, the better you are at the job.
Yeah.
They literally tell you, go have fun.
Yeah.
And the paycheck will come, right? Yeah.
And it's not minimum wage.
And it's a good paycheck.
It's not minimum wage.
And we have no desk,
Yeah.
no meetings,
Yeah. No audits?
no circling back, no
Yeah.
audits. You want me to go have fun, make pizza on camera?
That's so good.
No problem. So you can imagine that moment when I went to my parents. This is 7-8 years after the King Edward Hotel.
Yeah.
This is a long time, man.
Yeah.
And you tell them
They already accepted you were a failure.
they've already come to
They're
grips
done,
with
bro. They're focusing on you're working on your siblings
What
now.
is the range of emotion?
Yeah.
First you grieve, then you
the 12 steps are done.
The steps are over.
Yeah.
And you can imagine that I go to my parents' house. When they gave me the gig, you sign the contract and you can't say anything for like 2 months and then they're going to make a big announcement, whatever. Of course, I told my mom right away.
Of course.
And you can imagine the euphoria when I tell my parents. I still remember this moment when I went to their house and said, I have news.
Yeah.
And I told them this news, that their son would be a host on the network that they watched as immigrants, the CBC. Like there was a weight to
deal,
that.
bro.
There was a
That's
weight
big
to that.
deal.
Maybe not anymore, but in those days, there was a weight to saying, I am a host on the CBC, that network that you watch as an immigrant. And it was like, what a moment, man,
Yeah, that's everything.
But from those periods, those moments, yes, it's a phone call and hey, life is good. But it's years and years and years and years and years leading up to that moment where most people probably would have stopped. Most sane people would have stopped.
Well, 100%.
And so sometimes I'm sure you get young people come up to you and be like, man, this is great, you did this. And it's like, yeah, but here's what went into it. It's not that someone woke up and gave you this.
I believe me, like I'm sure you get hit up about as much as I do for the I'm gonna call it like rapid mentorship. Like they said, they don't want to have like a long-term relationship. They're looking for you to give them the answers
now
in a LinkedIn post.
Yeah.
Or like a LinkedIn message.
Can we meet for coffee and you tell me the answers to success right now?
Yeah.
So that I can have this next week.
Yeah. I have a rule in my life because I was the person asking to meet for coffee all the time.
Yeah.
I like no matter what stage of life I'm in, I'll give somebody 10 minutes of my time
100%.
to like talk.
And I will do the same because you think about the mentors along your journey who gave you the time.
The paying it forward.
100%.
Yeah, you have to.
And I think about those chefs and those mentors and whatever. But then you give them the real advice.
Yeah.
And that first chef that I talked about on the Blackberry, I remember he once recommended to me, I asked him what knife should I buy?
Yeah.
Do I get a fancy Japanese one, a fancy German one? I said, buy a Victorinox $40 knife, keep it sharp.
Yeah.
Oh, that's an unsexy answer. And then he says, but you get that knife, you keep it sharp. And by the way, that's what he used.
Yeah.
Michelin star chef, $40 knife, kept it sharp, whatever. But he's like, but take the rest of your money and go buy a big 50-pound bag of turnips and practice your knife skills. So your classmates have a $200 German knife, but they don't have the 1,000 hours of the skill.
Right.
You're better off to have the skill.
That's great advice.
Great advice.
That's great advice.
So there I was in my shitty, tiny Roosevelt Island apartment with 50 pounds of turnips.
You actually did it.
I did it.
Oh, that's
No, I was hardcore. Like when I say I outwork people around me.
See, but like...
This is what I mean. Like you go on the subway with 50 pounds of turnips.
But like just that, like he's giving you a almost hypothetical, like...
No, he was not hypothetical. He's like,
yeah, like if
give
I
me a
heard that
Brunoise, a
advice...
Macédoine, and a Julienne of turnips until you become a master.
See, like that...
That's the advice.
The fact that you did that, like that's that extra practice, That's like...
It's everything.
The kid taking pitches or like doing, like throwing a ball for our baseball analogy, like in his garage when no one's looking.
When no one's looking, you're chopping the turnips, whether literally or metaphorically or whatever.
Yeah.
And you might give a young person 5-10 minutes half an hour or whatever, your advice and guidance or whatever, and they say I would kill to do this, before you kill anyone, are you willing to chop turnips alone for 8 hours in your house?
That you paid for.
That you paid
that
for,
no one's gonna
that
eat.
you lugged on a New York subway.
Yeah, that no one's going to eat.
That no one's going to eat.
Yeah.
You start there before you say you're going to kill somebody to be here. Chop the turnips.
Bro, like,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
that's what it is. That's
okay. So you do the TV thing. It goes extremely well, thank God. And then the cookbook comes into play. Let's talk about this for a second, because being on TV is cool.
It's the best.
It's the best. I actually think being a published author is equally, if not more cool. Especially this thing, because it's our food. This is Egyptian food, Arabic food, right?
Yeah.
So like, it's like, what's the inspiration, like, and how did it do? Like from a, like, I'm curious about the business side too, right? Like, how did, like,
that's a good question. You know what? I'll tell you something about this business that I did not know, but circling back, let's circle back.
Yeah, you said you were going to circle back anymore. Yeah.
I will say that it's the dream of anyone who wants to be a chef to write their own cookbook. Everyone knows that. Like that's.
Yeah, I got to think that's the higher level than TV.
Like, to get a real cookbook is something. And I sat down with the publisher.
Hardback.
Hey, I mean, this is not a, you know.
Yeah, it's cheshab.
Yeah, very nice.
It's beautiful.
This was not my idea, by the way. My original idea.
Let's put this up a little
when I said, come on, Amazon. Amazon.ca.
Yeah.
When I met with the publisher, keep this in mind. I had not cooked our food at all.
I'm pretty sure it's going to ruin our camera shots, but guys.
You said you wanted to be more handsome here.
Yeah. Put the book in front of you.
And from that point, when I met with the publisher and they said, oh, okay, you're on TV, that's great, let's make a cookbook. Okay, cool. What are ideas? So now I'm in a meeting with Penguin Random House, and it's okay. My whole career up to that point was cooking Italian, French, fine dining, whatever. This was not on my radar at all.
Right.
So I said, oh, my Italian, fine dining, French, Now I'm in this meeting and it's going nowhere. And they're like, oh man, this guy has no original ideas. And out of my ass, I go, okay, hold on. Egyptian food. Egyptian food. And they go, oh.
Tell us more.
Tell us more.
Yeah.
And I say, okay. And I'm just, all my notes that I go in with are out the window. I'm like, okay. I grew up in this Egyptian household, but I have this French training and I have Italian, blah, 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 and I'll put a modern spin on Egyptian food.
Yeah.
Yeah, we like that. You do?
Perfect, yeah.
Perfect.
That's what I want to tell you all along.
And then as a joke, they say, okay, what will the title be? And I go, okay, Modern Egyptian 100 Ways. And yeah, okay, whatever. And then as a joke, I go, well, you know, every Egyptian mother screams, eat, Habibi, eat. That's what the, you know.
Yeah.
And they go, yeah. That's a title.
Come on.
And I go, really? Yeah, that's a title. That's a good title. That was it.
It is actually a great title.
And then they go, off you go.
It's actually a great title.
From a business standpoint.
Yeah.
You're a great interviewer. Here's the business side of a cookbook. And this is why, if you flip through a cookbook, sometimes you see one picture for every 5 recipes. Very annoying.
Yeah.
I like a picture for every recipe.
Yeah, I get that.
The reason why you have that happen is the publisher, if you're a first-time author, if you're Gordon Ramsay, it's another thing. But if you're a first-time author, they'll say, okay, we'll give you an advance. Here's 15 grand. Mm-hmm. Come back to us in a year with a book.
Right.
Tested, written, we'll edit it. And come back to us with pictures.
Right.
It's on you as the author to hire a photographer or a food stylist or a prop stylist or whatever.
Yeah.
And a lot of people might not understand this, but 15 grand don't go that long.
Bro, I actually
don't go that far.
In my cannabis days, we had this thing where we were going to do culinary whatever.
Yeah.
And I know exactly how much a food, like camera day, like one day food shooting was $25,000.
Wow, that's pretty high.
We were trying to get all of our content done in a day. Yeah, and we're like, we're noobs.
Come on,
we're noobs,
25
bro.
grand.
Yeah, we had that cannabis money.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Long story short. So, you know, you might think, oh, great, $15,000. $15,000 when you hire a good photographer and a stylist and a studio.
And there's how many recipes are in this book?
Over 100.
Yeah,
and each one has a picture.
That's crazy.
So I'm out of pocket now a good chunk of money to make sure it's legit. But more important than how many did it sell or whatever, it was just done well. In my world, you can go on YouTube tomorrow and say, hi, I'm Chef Basem and here's my whatever bullshit recipe, which happens all the time.
Of course.
in our world, this is your business card. Like this is, you're legit if you're a published cookbook author. But no one did our food, you're right. No one made our food
I know
sexy.
your goal was to be a TV chef.
Yeah.
But I would say like, it's like, you know, when you hit your goal and you're like, okay, well,
What's next?
Now I know that I can achieve this goal. What's next? It's like this. So you got the cookbook, you're on TV. What do you do now? Because this has been a while, right?
This has been a while.
It's been a while.
So now I'm figuring out the second and trying to figure out what
you're gonna do another
excites
one.
me.
Okay.
I want to do another one. And we're talking to the publisher, and it's like, you have to be excited about the idea. And they're like, oh, you could do another Eat version with more Middle Eastern. I want to do something. This was a cool book because it was like, the reason why the publisher said, we don't want you to do it Italian and French. The world doesn't need another Italian French book.
No, can't tell the difference.
Do we need that? This didn't exist. And it kind of set the bar high because like no one took our food. You would never see our food that we grew up with in a sexy restaurant.
No.
Now you could.
And honestly, like I'm gonna flip, like there was a couple that caught me that I was like these are really good. Like if you're hawashi is
delicious.
Like, it's like that's a big one for me. And then there was one here that I'm like, this is pure Egyptian street food, the gamberi sandwich, the shrimp sandwich.
Yes, yeah.
And I'm like, like it's such a simple whatever recipe. Like there's some really complicated ones, but like, I'm like, the one I would probably actually make is like a shrimp sandwich, and it looks so good. I'm obviously not gonna find it.
You know what's interesting too? It's like as I tested the recipes and made them, you can't go too far, right? Like it still has to taste like the original version.
Yeah.
So it's finding balance of how far do I take this.
Oh, and this looks ridiculous.
Delicious.
Too. That's wild. I wanted to make that.
Good.
The original plan was for Shahir to come cook, and then I realized that's not
going to happen.
This. Whose hands are those?
Those are my greasy hands.
Those are your hands.
You know why those are my hands? Because going back to that 15 grand, when you realize a good food stylist is $800 a day.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, I'm gonna food style that. So I food styled all those pictures because I'm like, nah, I can do that.
So the next one's, you're gonna do another book.
I'm gonna do another book, and we literally are emailing back and forth right now being like, but I've set the bar high. Like, I don't want to write a book that's 100 recipes, family recipes at home.
Do you ever think about like your own YouTube channel or like
it's funny you
say don't need the TV has changed.
TV has changed. So everything, you could argue.
And you got it. Like, I know you got it. Like, you can tell even just like from the interview.
Let's do it.
Me? No, bro, I'm just going to cheer for you.
Let's do it. You know, obviously media has changed a lot. And you could argue that YouTube is the largest network on earth now.
Of course. Any of them. TikTok, YouTube,
TikTok, YouTube, all that stuff. So everything that I do currently, whether it's my TV work, I do home shopping work in the States. I do lots of food media work. The name of the game is simple. All these high-paid execs are like, how do we shift to YouTube and TikTok and all this stuff? And that's where we currently are in the realm of not just food media, any media.
Of course.
Any media,
Like getting a Netflix show is better than being on any network.
By far.
Like it's not, which is hilarious.
But that's why it's also important to stay credible, because the barrier to entry is zero, which is good, and it's also not as good. Like, I will come across YouTube cooking content or whatever. That sucks, but it's popular because there's a catchphrase or whatever. So you got to figure out.
You have a lot, bro. Like,
how do you navigate it?
Your resume is there now. Like Michelin star trained chef, as seen on TV. With his own best-selling cookbook, like you're like the pedigree is.
It's been good.
It's
been
up
a good
there.
ride. It's been hard, but similar to you, it's like you never just sit back and be like, okay, this has been great. You always ask, okay, what's next? What am I going to do next? Whether it's the next cookbook or next, as you see the shift, go to TikTok and Instagram or whatever. You say, okay, what do I do next? People like you and I feel like we don't just rest. And we kind of like it that way. And my wife makes fun of me because if we go to vacation, she wants to sit on a beach, all day. I'm there 3 minutes, like, okay, so what do we do now? What's happening? We're just going to lie here like a raisin? What do we do? Let's what's going on?
I am very excited. Like, I'm now a very active fan. Like, whereas before, and it's kind of a shame on me that I didn't recognized that somebody in our community was doing something so cool. Because I was, I guess, so narrow on like what I was trying to do.
We get busy and we stay focused and whatever, but there's an element of both of our stories, I think, that's important to share with the younger generation, whether they're Coptic Egyptian or not.
The Coptic Egyptian stuff is like, it's great for our very small circle, but the experience that we have resonates to immigrants, to
100%.
like, even if you're like a third generation rich kid, but like it's a personality, it's a mentality, and if you have it, it doesn't matter where you're from.
There's so many different backgrounds of people that have reached out to me and said, you know, we grew up the exact same story as us. You have to be a doctor, a lawyer, whatever.
Yeah, that's not exclusive to Egyptians.
That's not exclusive.
No.
And there is, I'm sure you felt this too, there's an element to your story and my story. At a certain point in our journey, we had to look at ourselves in the mirror and say, but why not me?
Yeah.
This isn't just reserved for other people.
I made a bunch of t-shirts like years ago that said, why not us?
Why not us?
Why not us?
Why not?
You know, like, answer me that question.
Why not? And there was...
I should bring those back into circulation.
Yeah, Pima Cotton, let's go.
Yeah, let's go. Do it on your
Get the gift shop. Season 2, everyone.
Yeah, well, we're back, baby.
Season 2, gift shop. You have to ask yourself that question. I think sometimes, whatever community you grew up in or whatever culture, there's an idea like, you know, that's not for us.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Dude, the big thing that I'm trying to do now, like my big, hairy, audacious goal is I want to change the way that specifically immigrants invest their capital.
Okay.
Like it is, bro, your dad's in real estate, like pre-con condo, like you have a little bit of money, buy a pre-con condo, do this, like buy a one-off rental building. And I'm like, that's not how the rich people do it, right? And if we don't, and like generational wealth seems crazy because we are the first generation.
Yep.
But I'm like, forget you and your kids. What about their grandkids, right? Because that's kind of what we're competing against once you start to realize like the levels of power that like move things. Like who owns Brookfield, really?
But good for you for thinking like, I mean, I feel like you're thinking 5 steps ahead.
Maybe, I don't know. Yeah,
right?
Like, I just like I hated feeling inferior, and I felt like money is not the only thing, obviously, but when you have money as a group, individually, but more importantly as a group, when we have money, the world looks at you different, talks to you different.
Totally.
You can do more things. Those really benevolent ideas that you have in your mind, that charity work, the like how I'm gonna make the world a better place, that all has a price tag.
Yeah.
Right? And unless you're gonna be the one to pay it, you're literally just talking shit.
Yeah.
Right? So like, but before we can do all that, you gotta get there.
Yep.
And everything, when I look around at our community of wonderful medical professionals, I'm like, guys, you crushed pharmacy. Like 1 in every 2 pharmacists in Ontario is Egyptian, no doubt.
100%.
No doubt. Right? But you don't know what to do with it. Like we have so much, and somehow we have no power, no influence, or very limited in comparison to what we can do. Like that is where my mind goes. Like when I try to raise new money or put funds together or whatever, it's always like thank God has blessed me for whatever reason. God has said, I'm gonna give you, like when I was younger, I'm like, I want money, money's my thing. And he's like, okay, idiot, I'm gonna give you money. Yep. Right? And then now I'm like, and like that, what got me out of that depression I was talking about earlier was I'm like, I'm done doing it for me. I'm gonna do it for everybody else. Everybody around me, everybody that cheered for me, all those people that, even our naysaying parents, they said no, but they supported.
That's right.
Right?
And your definition,
you're crazy, you're dumb,
correct me if I'm wrong, your personal definition of success, I'm sure, changed.
Without a doubt, bro.
Originally it was money, that's
shattered.
success.
Yeah,
and then it reshapes in your mind of what really fulfills you as a person.
100%. 100%.
And I think young people make that mistake. They think that success literally equals money.
Yeah. I mean, guilty as charged, but...
Same. When you're in business school, that's what they teach you.
Yeah.
And that's how you become a consultant or an accountant or whatever. You say, okay, I got to make money.
Yeah.
And then your definition and your relationship with the idea of success changes. And it becomes a more holistic idea of what makes you fulfilled.
Yeah.
or excites you or whatever.
And like, are you trying to live a life where you only care about yourself? Mm-hmm. Right? Because at a certain point, you won't need to care so much about yourself. Like you'll be good. You're eating. You're healthy. Mm-hmm. You're like you have a roof over your head. Mm-hmm. All that stuff, like Maslow's hierarchy of needs. But then you get to a point where you're like, okay, fine. I'm now in that leadership position that I so aspired to be in. You know, I'm now on TV. I've written the cookbook. Sure. I've done the thing. I've done whatever. Like at some point, you're gonna have to like turn around and be like, okay, guys, like here's that path.
Yeah,
you know, like let me bring a few of you on this boat with me. Yeah. Because that is the community. That's the community we were brought up in. I don't know anybody in our community that doesn't have at their core, or any community, forget ours. Like it's like we're not special. Like,
totally.
Like where it's like those ties that bind are what you end up like. At least for me, like that's what I end up living for.
I think embedded in everything you're saying is you have to find purpose. You have to be excited about what you're doing. Totally. Passionate about what you're doing. And when you meet people who have that, you kind of gravitate towards each other, which 100%. We've done. And you're like, oh man, this is, I don't care what it is. Yeah. Again, it's not about cooking or real estate or whatever. It's when you are excited and passionate about what you're doing, it becomes contagious and. But whether it's our community or any other, you have to allow yourself. And sometimes we don't allow ourselves that idea. For the longest time, I didn't allow myself the luxury of saying what excites you, what are you passionate about, what's going to get you going every morning. We think about the money, or we think about what our parents want us to do, or we think about what should we do. And I think it's important, as you're talking about this, you've allowed yourself the luxury of saying, well, what can I do next that's exciting to me and has purpose to me and gets me waking up in the morning with, let's go. That's important. And I think that's the message to young people. Like, give yourself that, ask yourself what will excite you. Mm-hmm. It sounds so stupid, but it's like, it's everything.
I can't think of a better way to end the conversation.
He's excited to end.
Yeah, actually, I'm not excited to end. Dude, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. Like, it's funny because like we just talk about like the path. Like I didn't want to do a season 2. I thought I was done. Yeah. But like having conversations like this, you've like reinvigorated a part of me that this is why I love doing these things. Because you get to tell a cool story and I meet amazing people, and I wish you nothing but like ever growing success, because you deserve it. You legitimately deserve it. You are a good-hearted person. There are some stories that I won't say on camera that I do know about you that like define how good of a person you are. But you would
tell them. We have time.
No, I'm not gonna.
I will say this before we wrap up. The reason why I love watching you, and you're a great interviewer, when I first started on the CBC, I asked a producer, because we have to interview people, I said, what makes a good interviewer? How can I be good at this? And they said, a great interviewer is curious. Yeah. And that's what makes you good at this. I think you're a curious person, and keep it up. Season 2.
Don't talk more than your guest.
No, you can talk more.
Shit I was guilty of before. Thank you so much for being here. Man.
Anytime.
It was amazing. It was truly amazing.
Season 2.
Season 2.
Let's go.
Let's go.